download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV.
Hello and welcome to Millennium News TV 24/7 Daily Global News Update in English. My name is Todd Goldfinger, and here are today's top headlines. Thank you for being with us. News story number 1. A federal appeals court is considering cases out of North Carolina and West Virginia that could have significant implications on whether individual states are required to cover health care for transgender people with government-sponsored insurance. The Richmond-based Fourth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals heard oral arguments in cases Thursday involving the coverage of gender-affirming care by North Carolina's State Employee Health Plan and the coverage of gender-affirming surgery by West Virginia Medicaid. Next news. News story number 2. With House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's latest funding plan in ruins and lawmakers leaving town for the weekend, there's no endgame in sight as hard-right Republicans push dangerously closer to a disruptive federal shutdown. The White House will tell federal agencies on Friday to prepare for a shutdown, according to an official with the Office of Management and Budget who insisted on anonymity to discuss the upcoming instructions. That's standard 7 days out from a federal disruption. Next news. News story number 3. The war in Sudan could spread beyond the Northeast African country's borders if it is not stopped. Sudan's army chief told the United Nations General Assembly while urging world leaders to designate the rival paramilitary force as a terrorist group. In quotes, "The nature of this war is now a threat to regional and international peace and security. This is like the spark of war, a war that will spill over to other countries in the region," end quotes. Sudan Army Chief General Abdel Fattah Burhan told world leaders late Thursday. Sudan plunged into conflict in April when long-simmering tensions escalated between the military led by Burhan and the rival Rapid Support Forces commanded by Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo. They had joined forces in 2021 to seize power in a coup that cast aside Sudan's pro-democracy movement. Next news. News story number 4. Brazil's top court opened a session Friday that will decide whether abortion up to the 12th week of pregnancy will be decriminalized nationwide. The South American nation currently allows abortions only in cases of rape and evident risk to the mother's health or if the fetus has no functioning brain. The Supreme Court's Chief Justice Rosa Weber put the issue forward in an online session Friday and cast her vote in favor of the action. She will retire in October after she turns 75. 10 more justices are yet to vote, but there is no set date for when the hearing will continue. Next news. News story number 5. 2 people were killed and 2 wounded when a gunman opened fire in a crowded bar northwest of Stockholm, police said Friday, in the latest outburst of deadly violence in Sweden. Police said that a 20-year-old man and another in his 70s died Friday of injuries sustained in the shooting late Thursday at a pub in Sandviken, some 162 kilometers, 100 miles northwest of Stockholm. We're going to take a short break from the daily global English news of Millennium News TV 24/7. Please stay with us. Thank you.
Welcome to the world of Millennium News 24. We bring news, we analyze news, and we make a bridge between you and the eventful world. 24/7 Millennium News 24 team is at your service. Don't miss Todd Goldfinger's show, Goldfinger Music Hour, Noon News with host Todd Goldfinger. Millennium News 24 is available to be watched free for all TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jado TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Millennium TV 24 News you need to know.
Hello, and welcome back to Millennium News TV 24/7 Daily Global News Update in English. My name's Todd Goldfinger, and here's the continuation of today's top stories. Thank you for being with us. Former President Donald Trump's push to bend state Republican parties to his will and gain an advantage in his effort to return to the White House is coming to a head in Nevada. The state GOP, which is led by Trump allies, is insisting on moving forward with a presidential caucus on February 8th, despite a new state law that set a primary election 2 days earlier. Caucuses, which typically reward grassroots support and organizing, are expected to benefit Trump given his solid grip on the GOP's most loyal voters. But the party is poised to go further on Saturday when it's expected to approve plans that some Nevada Republicans and Trump rivals argue would confuse and anger voters and further tilt the caucus for the former president. Next news. The U.S. Treasury Department and China's Ministry of Finance launched a pair of economic working groups on Friday in an effort to ease tensions and deepen ties between the nations. Led by Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and Vice Premier He Lifeng, the working groups will be divided into economic and financial segments. The working groups will establish a durable channel of communication between the world's two largest economies, end quotes, Yellen said in a series of tweets detailing the announcement. She said the groups will, in quotes, serve as important forums to communicate America's interests and concerns, promote a healthy economic competition between our two countries with a level playing field for American workers and businesses, end quotes. Next news. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told the UN General Assembly on Friday that Israel is at the cusp of a historic breakthrough leading to a peace agreement with Saudi Arabia, without outlining a clear path over the significant obstacles facing such an accord. He struck an optimistic tone throughout his roughly 25-minute address, and once again used a visual aid. He displayed contrasting maps showing Israel's isolation at the time of its creation in 1948, and the 6 countries that have normalized relations with it, including 4 that did so in 2020 in the so-called Abraham Accords. Next news. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky urged Canada to stay with his country to victory Friday, as he went to the Canadian Parliament seeking to bolster support from Western allies for Ukraine's war against the Russian invasion. Zelensky flew into Canada's capital late Thursday after meetings with U.S. President Joe Biden and lawmakers in Washington. He spoke at the United Nations annual meeting Wednesday. He planned to speak before the Canadian Parliament later Friday. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who also planned to speak to Parliament, gave Zelensky a warm welcome upon arrival in Parliament. Next news. Pope Francis arrived Friday in the French port city of Marseille, for centuries a multi-ethnic and multi-faith melting pot, to amplify his call for Mediterranean countries in Europe to make the region a place of welcome for migrants, not a cemetery for people who die trying to cross the sea. French Prime Minister Elisabeth Borne and 4 children in traditional dress greeted the Pope on the airport tarmac before the Vatican, and French anthems were played for the arrival ceremony. His 2-day visit comes as Europe is again seeing an increasing number of people travel on flimsy boats from Tunisia to Italy, and resurgent political tensions about how to manage migration. This has been the daily global news update of Millennium News TV 24/7. My name is Todd Goldfinger. I thank you for watching. Please log in to get the latest news on all of our social networking sites. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. On TikTok, we are Millennium News 24. Also, our YouTube channel is News Channel M24. Viewers now on both network broadcasting, Android and iOS devices, Apple TV, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, also all smart TV platforms. Please enjoy our entertainment, our latest news, views, and editorials, our Millennium TV apps, Millennium TV USA Android, Millennium News Google, www.millenniumtv24.com. Please stay with Millennium News 24/7. Thank you, and God bless you wherever you are.
Millennium TV, bridging communities worldwide. We broadcast diverse international content from Europe, Asia, Africa, and now right here in the USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV.